If anyone comes in, they come in.
Cool.
All right. 3,
Dave is MIA.
2, 1. What's up, party people? It's John with Antonio with Tuesday rehearsals today. Today is just going to be 2 guys, 3 songs. You know, because it's just the two of us. Dave just came back from vacation. He works nights. There's a good chance he just kind of missed the schedule and whatnot. But we're just going to fly solo today because we got to get this recorded so we can get it like uploaded by tomorrow night. So the category for tonight is basically songs from bands that broke our concert cherry. Tony, I think I won first last week, but we can just, we don't have to really worry about dosing.
I mean, it doesn't make any difference to me. I talked a little bit on the Tuesday rehearsal group on Facebook, but mine was Aerosmith.
Right.
In 1985. I probably started some other shows before that, little shows. I mean, I used to go to the channel and stuff.
Right.
But nobody whose name I remember or who I went to see. You know what I mean? It was,
yeah. I saw a few people at the channel that I can't remember. I don't know if do you remember the band Wargasm?
Mm-hmm.
Remember those guys?
Yep.
I think that was the only one I remember, and just because it was like orgasm. But that wasn't really my first show, and I don't know if I really consider like clubs like that a concert venue. You know what I mean? Actually, the channel was pretty big.
Right. It's not really a concert. Yeah, I know what you mean. In those days, my idea of a concert is exactly what I got with Aerosmith.
Right.
Big outdoor stadium, people running around, shooting fireworks off, friggin' candlestick, with the big candlestick fireworks. They used to have friggin' wars with each other and shoot them at each other, man.
Oh, the Roman candles? Yeah.
The Roman candles.
Yeah.
We saw that when we went to Floyd, didn't we?
Probably, yeah. I was under I was under some influence there. So
yeah, we parked way down in the motel's parking lot and partied all afternoon. That was fun too.
Yeah.
That was a good show too.
That was pretty good. That wasn't bad at all. So yeah, I mean, if you want to get into it more, you saw them in Lynn, is that correct?
Yeah, the Manning Bowl in Lynn, Massachusetts. Yeah.
Wow.
And so one of the reasons we had to get 3 tickets is because we needed a ride.
Right. Oh.
And we figured we could get the ride for the ticket, right?
Right.
So we did. We got 3 tickets, and my brother Brendan, who was 25 at the time, right? He's already got a wife and kids, right? And he's like, yeah, I'll go to the concert. But we drove up there first thing in the friggin' morning, too, It took forever to get to Lynn anyway. And then Cello is such a character. My Cello Australia, the guy I grew up with. We were friggin' rock. We were friggin' Bill and Ted or
Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead, or we're like inseparable, And we wanted to go see Aerosmith, so we bought him the ticket. And he's such a pain in the ass. Stella's such a pain in the ass. He's driving Brendan fucking crazy. But it was so much fun once we got there, and these big like Hell's Angels, just sitting, big fat guys sitting in front of us, right in front of us, right here, smoking hashish like crazy, and it's just drifting up, and you're out in the sun, and man, what a fucking time!
That's awesome.
It was fucking fun. And then Aerosmith didn't come on until it was almost sundown, right? You do the sundown set.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And oh man, what a show! Just everything I thought a rock and roll concert should be.
Yeah, no, I hear it, and the thing is, it's I mean, I'm familiar with Lynn. I'm not familiar with the Manning Bowl, but yeah, Lynn is like a hike, and it's like even if you live in the town next to Lynn, it's a hike.
I think the Manning Bowl is now called the Songus Arena.
Oh, okay. So yeah, But
I don't think they play football. I don't think they play football there anymore.
No, probably not. Probably not. I mean, I haven't heard anything, but it's like it's not like I go to too many concerts these days myself either. But I listened to the song "My Fist Your Face," and it just kind of reminds you. It's like I think Aerosmith has definitely seen their better days. Their better days are behind them, and hearing that song was just kind of like it was. It was
That was
grimy.
sort of the final volley. You know what I mean? Those 3 albums right there when they first got back together. You know, 9 Lives. That was a terrible album.
Right. So.
I think it all ended when they stopped doing drugs.
Ooh.
I fucking hate to say it, but it's true.
Kind of what happens, you know. I mean, a lot of people. I mean, that's where they get their inspiration from, you know. Lucky for me, I don't have that problem. But well, my first concert, and part of the reason why I thought it was like really hilarious was like I knew that I'm pretty sure Dave is not a fan of the Alarm, but you never know. He like
He might surprise you. Who knows?
He might have surprised me. But I got to see that. I got free tickets to go there. Well, I didn't even get free tickets. I got free admission to get in there. All I had to do was wear a black shirt and take a flashlight with me. And I was seating people, making sure, checking tickets, making sure that people weren't getting out of line and everything. And I got to see the whole show. And it was in the Orpheum Theater in Boston. I don't know if you've ever seen or been to a show at the Orpheum Theater, but I was up on the balcony, so it was pretty cool too because I could just go right to the front because I was an usher. You know what I mean? And it was awesome. But everyone there were Alarm fans, and at the time, I remember the whole narrative was that U2 had sold out, and the Alarm was the cooler, like underground band. You know what I mean? So,
I was gonna say they sound like a low budget U2.
Well, yeah, that's really what they were. I mean, they came out right around the same time. I believe they opened up a lot, and everybody had that same thing. Like, oh, is that U2? Is that U2 playing? But basically that was their whole shtick. You know what I mean? There were a lot of copycat bands that would.
Well, that happens
in those days. Yeah, it does. Yeah. But I just remember in the Orpheum, the balcony, the whole balcony was just kind of like shaking.
You know, not to put anybody down, because, you know, I've seen some tribute bands that do a fucking awesome job.
Right.
You know, so, hey, if you're just out there emulating somebody else, more power to you.
Right.
But
you're not a big fan of U2 either.
No, I never did really like U2 very much. You know, U2 kind of sucks my soul out through my eardrums and makes me wish I wasn't Irish.
I used to be a fan of U2, but then just one of those things, kind of like Aerosmith, like their better days I think were behind them. Like before, I probably would have argued with you a little bit about them, but they're just their whole attitude and their whole holier than.
Well, yeah, well, I mean that's true. A lot of people hate U2 because Bono's such a douchebag.
Right.
I hate them for the music.
Right.
I also hate Bono because he's a douchebag.
Right. I hear. You know, it's funny. I heard Henry Rollins. He was talking about the Clash, and he said the Clash. You know Henry Rollins. He's like this band is the band that U2 wishes that they were. That's what he said about the Clash, and I thought that was kind of poignant. And I was like, I can't wait for an opportunity to say that to Tony because I know Tony would love to hear something like that. But
yeah, you know, he gets these little nuggets of wisdom now and then. You know, yeah, I like that.
I'm a big fan of Henry Rollins, and
I like him. I do like him.
I
loved Black Flag, man. I love Black Flag.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I knew Black Flag before I knew who Henry Rollins was, you know?
Yeah.
And it changed my whole expectation of what musicians were. Like he was kind of the first one who was kind of, first one to come about, like him and Ian MacKaye. Or I'm probably saying his name wrong. Sorry, Ian. I apologize. Or Mackay, or I don't know if it's McKay or Mackay or what it is, but yeah, Henry was kind of the first, example of a rock star. Like I always just thought partying
Well, he's
and
a punk
great.
rock star.
Oh
Too.
yeah,
I mean, he was, you know,
he
hell,
puts in the
I mean,
work.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Social Distortion. I mean, yeah,
No, those are some good fun bands, you know.
yeah.
But Henry was the first one to like kind of go anti rock star and like he didn't do drugs. Like I always had the impression that rock and roll music was like went hand in hand with partying and doing drugs, and like they kind of went against all that. You know, they weren't interested in that. That wasn't their thing. But
I like to combine everything in my life together. That's good
yeah.
for me.
No, me too. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, I know you guys tease me for being straight edge and everything like that. But by the way, just so everybody knows, so full transparency, I am not straight edge. I am pretty much open to almost anything, really. So, I mean, I'm older now. I don't party that much, you know. But if you want to, you want to get high sometime, one time or another, I'll do it.
For a good time, call 8675309. That's Jack's phone number.
Yeah. So no, just leave a message on the Tuesday Rehearsals podcast. Like it records them, you know. So, but
I'm always willing to have a cold beer.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh yeah! Love a cold.
And while we're at it, I wanted to say, if everyone could stop, please sending me singles in the mail. This is getting ridiculous.
What are they sending you?
I don't take my clothes off the money anymore. Please send larger bills.
Yes. Very good. Very good. Yes. And follow Tony's OnlyFans at Cooperstone Badge at onlyfans.com.
Great. Now I have to start an OnlyFans.
Now you got to start an OnlyFans. You got to do it for the podcast, dude. You have to do it for the podcast. I'm afraid you have no choice now. So probably the what I love most about Henry Rollins is like, he's this big guy. He's built. He's like as much of a gentle giant as he is. He comes across as a little intimidating. And I remember a couple years back, he had this IFC talk show, and I always wanted to hear him say like, "This is my opinion, and if you don't agree with me, I'm gonna beat the crap out of you." I just want to, I want to hook up like a podcast with them or like some sort of an interview and just have him say that to me. I think that would really make my day, you know.
All right. So if Rollins wants to get in touch with us and do a PSA for Jack over here,
right?
I think we should absolutely make that happen. So anybody listening who knows Henry Rollins, give him a shout out.
Or knows how to get in touch with them. Anything. Send him an email. So he's really another thing I really, really admire about him. And
see more by me on my OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tell me about the concert, the Alarm concert.
Oh well, it was good. I'd never even heard of the band before, or I'd never even heard them. I'd heard about them, and so everybody had hyped them up.
You kind of saw them accidentally.
Yeah, I did. It's like I basically I learned about it the day of. A friend of mine, Claire McNeil, who's on who I'm friends with on Facebook. She's got a whole family now. She hits me up and she's like, "Hey, do you want to go see the Alarm tonight?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. That sounds great." And I said, "But I don't have any money for tickets." She said, "Don't worry about it. We're all getting in." It was some sort of program with like her school, or she was involved in like a lot of different arts programs. So she was my hookup for a lot of things. Like
nice.
it was really, really cool. I really appreciate it. And after I saw them, the excitement of, my first concert, I was maybe 16, 17 years old. And the excitement of being like like that connected, like, oh yeah, I got a gig, you know what I mean? I worked at the Orpheum. It's like, I just, it was a huge ego boost for like, a 16-year-old kid. And it just, like I was blown away.
Yeah, that's cool.
you know, the first time you see a band live and they all play together really, really well. And I got into the music. Shortly after that, I went out and bought the album, and you know, I thought it was cool and everything. But then that quickly faded away. Like after a couple of years, they just kind of like fell into you know, obscurity. But the concert itself was really good. You know, it was my first taste of the band. It was my first taste of going to a concert. It was really, really cool. You know, other people who had paid tickets and money to go in there was like, were asking me like, oh, if I leave, can I come back in? Like, oh yeah, just make sure you keep your ticket with you. You know, so
Big man on campus.
yeah, that was my first taste. You know, my first taste of
Yeah.
authority. So, but
Well, I could tell you about my first case with authority, but I'll have to wait for a different episode.
really, yeah. So very good. So. And then Dave's choice today was Simple Minds, Don't You Forget About Me, which was actually one of my picks for when we did the movies back in the day. I forget which episode it was, but you know, you guys can find it on our YouTube channel, or you know, if you're listening on Anchor, you know, it's in one of those episodes. But so I mean, Simple Minds were a pretty good band. It wouldn't surprise me if it was a pretty decent concert, but you know.
Yeah, no, especially back then when you saw them, I'm sure it was pretty fucking dynamite. I'm not sure, you know, if you went to see them today, they'd be put on the same kind of.
Oh God. No.
Yeah, you know, some things just don't last. You know.
No, it certainly doesn't. It was the time. Like at that time, like I was like I was pretty open to a lot of different types of music. Like I was really into the Police, and I was really into like the Cure and all these different alternative bands, as well as metal. Like I've always been into metal. And
Yeah,
then
I was big into metal, but I was also, I don't know, I guess I had a folk thing going on. I don't know.
I remember when I met you, you were all about the blues. It was like you were like really getting into your bluesy roots and
Well, I
stuff
mean,
like
yeah,
that.
folksy blues, man. I mean, that stuff kills me, man. I love it. I love it. Can't get enough. John Lee Hooker. Can't get enough of Robert Johnson. I can't get enough of Sonny Boy Williamson. Man, I love that stuff.
I had never heard of Robert Johnson before I met you. That was the thing. It was the first time I'd heard of it, and you know, the first time I heard it, and then I remember we came in and recorded some songs over at Northeast Broadcasting School. You had me engineering some songs for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was like one
I wonder if I can
afternoon.
find those tapes.
All right. So
I still have a box of tapes over there. It's probably on there. I just don't have anything to play it in.
well, that's the problem, isn't it? Like I don't think anyone knew. I don't think anyone could have foreseen what happened.
You know what I did though? When I first I digitized all of my old bootleg stuff. You know, I had a bunch of bootlegs. I digitized all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just so I'd always have it, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I still do, but I didn't get to every tape that I had, and you know, there's all those boxes of unlabeled stuff, or the date and the location.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
I'll remember this. I'll remember this.
Right? Yeah.
It's like, this is significant enough.
What the hell is NES? What the hell is NES?
Yeah. And it's just, you know, I mean, I don't know how we managed back then, because if you had a record collection back then, you needed
storage space.
Yeah, you needed like a house. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just, I mean, now it's simple. All you need is like, you know, a couple of gigs hard drive. I mean, I don't even know what a big hard drive is these days. I remember a 2 gig hard drive weighed about 40 pounds.
Oh, they're terabytes now. They're huge now.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. So, because I remember it's like at school, there was this, it was probably like the size of this, probably like about that big, and it was heavy. It was like heavy as hell. It felt like it felt like something from another planet. You know, it was so heavy, and it was 2 gigs, like $5,000 or something like that. It was
Oh, man,
crazy.
2 gigs.
2 gigs, yeah,
Gigs, not megabytes. Gigs.
gigs. Like whoa, you know. But you know, those were the days. I mean, we're still. They would record things onto digital tape, if you remember. I mean, this was like a few years before
Oh yeah,
Napster.
that. Oh sure, yeah,
Yeah.
I remember that.
You know,
They had a similar format for video at one point, but it's terrible.
yeah, yeah. It's really night and day. It's like the fact that like I mean, my phone takes such amazing pictures right now. It's
I know, right?
you know, it's
Plus, you always have it with you.
yeah,
You see
yeah.
something, you take a photo.
You do. So
You snap 20 photos because if it's not in focus, the next one will be.
yeah, exactly. And you can just A/B test all day. Like that didn't exist for, and you can see it immediately. You can look at it like, oh, this photo's terrible. Let me delete it. Let me get rid of it. You know?
You know, there's a little. I found this kind of a cool idea. A friend of mine on Facebook who's an artist. I hope his name comes to me while I'm talking about this. He's an artist and he draws and he paints.
Mm-hmm.
He's really, really good. But one of the things he does is when you take a photograph, right?
Yeah.
When you're done photographing it, just do a 180 and photograph whatever was behind you.
Right. Oh.
And just photograph that because you might be surprised at what you might get.
Huh. Nice. Huh. So like a
I
turnaround.
thought it was a nice tip. So I've been trying to do that.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten anything good yet, but I've been trying to do that.
Nice. Yeah. Well, you know, the thing is, we got an edible chocolate bar the other day, right? And it was really good.
I hate when you get an inedible chocolate bar.
No, but you know what I'm saying? a cannabis infused chocolate bar, and
Oh my!
so and it was really, really good. It was really delicious, and you know, it's like obviously it takes a little while to kick in. So and we had maybe 10 milligrams or 15 milligrams left, and 5 milligrams is like gets me really good. Like 10 and 15 is where I start like freaking out and getting really, really so I took 15 and I was out on my walkabout and I'm walking around and I'm like, you know, I'm acting like I'm freaking Marlon Perkins. I'm like going in the grass and I'm like getting all these like, it's like, oh, look at this rock. This rock is perfect. This rock is like, I can make this rock look beautiful with my camera.
Oh man, this plastic bag swirling in the wind, man.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was. I was like, whoa, look at all this. And then it hit me.
This has so much meaning.
Yes, so much. And then it hit me that it's like, oh, you're high. You're really high. That's all this is. You're really high. And it was so funny because I was like, I would take a picture and I would put the whatever's in the foreground, like a little flower or something. I would put that in focus and take a picture. And then I would focus on something really far away with the same picture. And I was like, I'm gonna call this series your what is it? Your attention lies, or your attention goes where your focus goes, man. You know, it was like, and then I was like, wow, I'm really getting into this, and it dawned on me. I was like, oh, that's what it is. It's the edible. It's the edible you had like about a half an hour ago. That's
what okay, man. It's okay. The only thing is, I find it really hard to do anything digital when I'm little on the phone.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm stoned and I can't see well. My eyesight's not what it used to be. I can't read up close.
Yeah.
I can still see. I can see forever, man. But up close, I'm blind as a bat now.
Yeah, up close, I have trouble too. But the thing is, I guess it's like it's instinct for us as we get older. It's like we can see the threat from far away and be the first ones to start running away. That's what it is. But yeah, I can't see either. And the thing is, I can't see up close. The like if it's really bright out too,
Uh, well, here's
I
another
can't see
thing.
the phone at all. Yeah.
Here's another thing. I prefer VR at night.
Right.
I love the dark.
Yeah.
I can see in the dark. I can see really well in the dark. You just got to focus away from the light. Let your eyes open up. But man, the sun, I have the visor on all the time, and
Yeah.
I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
And in the wintertime, I wear sunglasses in the winter time.
Oh, yeah.
It's just too goddamn bright out there. On the snow on the ground.
I gotta wear them all the time. So sometimes if I'm driving and the sun's out, oh, I'm terrified. I am absolutely terrified, especially like if you're driving west during like
Holy
sunset.
shit,
It's
dude.
like scary.
We're turning into vampires.
Yeah, I guess this is what happens. You know, yeah. What happens? The old podcast host. So I'm gonna run by a new idea I have for you. So I'm thinking,
All right.
I kind of want to get random people to come in on a Zoom chat, not 3 Guys 3 Songs, but just a random thing. And I was thinking that, do you remember when I said we should debate? You know, I'll debate anybody that disagrees with me that Rush is the most meta punk band ever, and I'll debate you why. I kind of want to do something like that, like come up with a debate every week, and just put a random link in the group chat.
Right. I would be referee.
No, absolutely.
I'll just be there to say, point to Flaherty, point to Adam, point to so and so, or order in the court.
Right. Something like that.
Yeah.
We'll give you well in that case we'd give the Zoom to you. Like you know what I mean? It would be like you'd have to control it, because then that way you could mute somebody if they're like getting like if I'm like
I can do that. I could probably record it too.
Yeah, no. That'd be awesome. And just like stupid debates like that. Like I mean, deep down, it's like I'm admitting it here.
Rock and roll judge Tony will determine who's the winner.
Exactly, you know. So, like, I mean, I know that Rush is not a punk band. You know what I mean? I don't have that delusion, but it's like I like to be able to argue the fact that it's like, well, these are some reasons why they're kind of punk. You know what I mean? There's a level at which there's a little.
You know, we could probably do that just as a Facebook Live.
We probably could, but the problem is.
Well, we wouldn't be able to record it then.
Yeah, we could record it, but no one else would be able to be on screen. That's the one issue.
You can't get 3 people on screen on you?
On Facebook Live?
Yeah.
I don't believe. You know we could do though. You could do it on Messenger, like you did in the group chat today with Adam.
Right.
You could do something like that. You know,
when we record that, that's the question.
Yeah, and it's like I'd absolutely do that. I think that's I think it's just a fun idea, you know. And I'm
actually, we could do it on chat. Then I could do it on my phone, so I could do it from anywhere.
Right. Yeah, same here. Like we schedule a time, you send out the chat link, invite people in. I mean, at first, I don't think too many people will get involved. I mean, the thing is, like, I got to apologize to the podcast pre-pro group, because a lot of those people I brought in were expecting to get like the local music show up and running, but then.
All right. Here's an idea. Why don't we do a test one? In say a week or so.
Okay.
We need to work out the details.
Yeah.
We'll do a test one with you and Adam debate something.
Okay.
And I'll just sit in and judge it.
Okay.
And we'll call it something else. It won't be the Tuesday rehearsal. It'll be Judge Tony decides. I don't know what we're going to call it.
Right.
We're going to call it Judging something or
Right. Well, it won't be 3 Guys 3 Songs. Like
rock and roll courtroom.
there you go. Yeah, rock and roll court. I like that. I like that a lot. So you bring your beef and we talk it out. And it doesn't necessarily always have to be me. It's like
no, but we'll start with you for a couple of episodes and see if we can get somebody else who's also very funny and can do it as well.
Right.
And then we can bring other people into it. We can fucking blow it up. We just have to figure out how to do it correctly. I need a night to sleep. I need a night to sleep on it because I'd like to maybe try something a little different. But we'll see.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
I like the idea.
You know, and I want to get the I want to get some of the people.
Expand anyway.
Say again.
So we need to expand anyway.
Yeah. No, we do. And the thing is, I like I was saying is I got
yourself an ambitious friend. That's one.
Just won't give up. That's it.
Wait 20 years.
Yeah.
Go on his podcast.
Yeah.
Riches and fame.
It's coming. It's coming. It's around the corner, I think. So, but
fucking likable. People should be watching us.
Well, they are. I mean, we're definitely getting some people are interested.
I think sometimes we neglect the people who are just listening.
Yeah. Well, that's something that I want to bump up a little more too. Like start promoting the actual podcast a little more. You know, not just
anybody who's listening to the podcast and hasn't seen the YouTube. I would like to hear from you.
Okay.
On the Facebook page.
All right.
Tuesday rehearsals pre-pro podcast.
Tuesday rehearsals podcast pre-pro.
Pre-pro
was the group, but
don't confuse us with those other guys.
Yeah, no, because it's such a common name. The Tuesday rehearsals.
I thought we were the People's Rebellion.
We are the People's Rebellion. Yeah, I think we are. You know.
Oh, with the movement of the people for the benefit of the Jews against Rome, or you remember that old Monty Python skit from Life of Brian, where they're arguing about what the People's Liberation Front? No, with the Judean People's Liberation Front.
Vaguely, that movie had a lot of really, really good bits.
It's the shoe. No, follow the shoe.
Always look on the bright side of life. Da-da.
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy.
Brian. Get Brian. I just think of that imagery of like the 3 guys hanging on the cross. And
hey, Melanie.
What's up?
Hey, 2 Guys 2 Songs.
What's going on? So,
Are you done recording?
No, we're still going.
Oh, oops, sorry.
It's okay.
I just made Alfredo pasta, and the Alfredo was moldy, so I just threw out everything I just made. Woohoo! That's what I get.
I get a jar of. It's 4 of them. Come get one.
Oh boy, it's quite a haul.
It's not a far drive, just for a jar of sauce.
Hey, listeners, did you guys know you can now get stickers with our Spotify playlist on it? Yeah, it's on a guitar. Check it out. How cool is that? All you have to do is scan it on your phone, and you can go right and listen to all of our songs and the podcast episodes of 3 Guys 3 Songs.
Yes.
So you just scan that with your phone?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it recognizes the barcode on there and gives you the playlist.
Yes.
I have a tutorial on
wow, man. It's like we're living in the 21st freaking century.
I know, right? So it's crazy, right?
We actually came from the 31st century to come help you guys out.
Yeah. So.
And I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It's taken me 20 years to convince you to, like, you know, to come along. That was it. I had to create a podcast for you to like, just be like, down with it and stuff, So who knew? They didn't have podcasting back in the 90s. I'm sorry, Tony.
Yeah. Not for want of trying, man.
Right, yeah.
I was all for like overthrowing a small radio station or something like that. I would have been down with that, man. Good old-fashioned public radio, man. Set it up in the truck and drive around.
Yep. Well,
see how they always frowned upon it. However, I don't know why.
The FCC, yeah.
Yeah, those guys were FCC.
What's that?
I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to be talking about my run-ins with the law on here.
We're taking the airwaves, man.
That was a different guy.
Different guys than the FCC?
The guy who was driving that truck around.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
Well, this good thing is like this pirate radio, and the worst thing here's the thing about podcasts, where podcasts have an advantage over pirate radio stations. The pirate radio stations didn't have that much of a reach,
That's true.
That's true.
The world was smaller then, though. That's a fact.
What's that?
The world was smaller then.
Well, yeah, it was a lot smaller.
It was like this big.
Yeah.
There were like 5 of us here, and we all had radio stations.
So it worked. It worked out great. But luckily, we have the entire internet at our hands. But at the same time, you lose that local feel, which is why I kind of came up with Tuesday rehearsals. I want to get more in touch with some of the people locally, and then expand on that.
I am all for participation from people who listen to us.
Yeah.
Send us your emails. Send us your messages. Find me on Facebook. Find Cooperstone Badge on Instagram. I will absolutely follow back anybody who isn't a starkly raving lunatic.
Right. So.
Which probably eliminates 95% of our audience.
It probably does, but I gotta say though, I forget what I was gonna say. Yeah. I forget what I was gonna say.
I apologize. These people don't suck that bad.
No, they're not that bad at all. Well, I remember what I was gonna say. Like, don't leave the criticism just up to Adam. Like, we want to hear from you guys. Like, what do you guys think, and all that other stuff. Like we're
had a pretty funny call with Adam earlier today. I think that I think maybe we need to get him on the podcast.
Yeah,
I think it's time.
I think so too. I was kind of hoping that he would get into it, and then he would kind of want to do his own thing. Like
he could do his own thing. He's a funny son of a bitch.
He is.
That's why we should have him on our rock and roll courtroom.
I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to have him on the rock and roll court. That sounds like a great idea. We just have to kind of train him a little bit, like get him on. He'd have to get Zoom and stuff like that. So it's easy enough,
We'll get him there. We'll get him there. He's probably gonna have to do Zoom on his phone.
Oh well, we could. That could be one we could do on Messenger, like we were saying. We could just do that on Messenger.
If I can figure out a way to record that,
Well, there's if you do it on your phone, there's an app called AZ Recorder.
AZ Recorder.
Yeah, and it'll do your screen captures for you.
Okay.
So
that works.
Easy enough. So.
AZ Recorder. That's is that a Google app or is it a? I don't know how I expect to write things down without a pencil.
You got a pen?
I had all kinds of notes. The year was 1985. 2 scrappy kids from the town of Hyde Park. Blah blah blah.
That's Adam's thing. Adam's always referring to his notes. I think that's why he's funnier. He goes in with an agenda. We just kind of like let it ride,
let it ride. Yeah, man. That's my lifestyle, though, man. Let it ride, you know.
You have
each
to.
thing as it comes, and do something about it.
You really can't plan. There's so many things in life you just can't plan for. You never
I call
expect.
myself a scrounge hound.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're gonna throw that out?
Yeah.
I can use that for something.
I'll take it. So, dude, speaking of which, I this is funny. This has nothing to do with music, but I picked up a box at a yard sale of like super soakers. Free.
Nice.
For free.
Nice.
They were like throwing it away.
Yeah.
And online, like vintage super soakers go for as much as $60 online. Yeah. Yeah. It's like I saw the box and I was like I'd heard something about it. So, you know, I pull out, I have the eBay app right on my phone. So I just open it up right away and go looking for it. And I was like, oh yeah, super soakers going for anywhere between, I mean, even on the low end, I just made $80 for free. It's like,
wow.
I do this all day. I just drive by stuff. I pick it up.
You have the benefit of transportation.
Yeah, that is true. That really, really helps, you know, but I just get lucky. You just got to know what you're looking for. It does help to have transportation, but you know.
Yeah. I got a nice sofa when I had transportation. Got a couple TVs when I had transportation. I see a lamp around the neighborhood. I can carry home a lamp. You know?
Right.
But I can't move a sofa up a block anymore.
No.
I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that before too.
Oh, have you really?
Yeah.
Fuck, you got to be resourceful. So.
Yeah, I came and put the dog back in the house, and I went down and I dragged it up the street. I had to tilt it around a friggin' fire hydrant.
The shit we do, man. The shit we do for the views and the downloads. I mean, you know, but yeah. So I mean, this is like literally like eBay basically saved Christmas for me, you know, and it's like I was lucky to have it when the restaurant went under because, you know, it just gave me the opportunity to just kind of keep doing what I'm doing, you know, and whatnot. So
well,
let it ride, right?
Try, let it ride.
Who is that?
Who is that? Steely Dan?
Is it? Is it really?
I think it might be.
Huh.
You can see the little man, but I can see. Try, let it ride.
Oh, might be. Yeah, you might be right. So, and then there's the chorus part that because do
cry if I told you that a lot of would you say goodbye?
We'd let it ride. Dan, 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 dan. Oh.
And right back around the music again.
Right, exactly. It always comes back to music. We never stray too far. So, but I encourage anyone out there who's like in a band and trying to make money, go find some shit on the street.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, you know, they should try. I guess Facebook is shutting down bands from practicing together on. What's that about?
I don't know. I don't know. But the thing is, I just want bands to know that it's like I want to set up like some live streams on the weekends in the group as well. I think, you know, that's another thing.
Just come on and play something. Well, you know, hit record when you're practicing.
Yeah, you know, just do that. Just go
live to the friggin' page.
Yeah, we're dying to hear you guys. I mean, I'm sorry that I haven't gotten you know about the local thing I want to do from state to state, right? I want to start in New England. Yep. And that was kind of underway before we left Weymouth. I really can't do it right now with the setup and everything. It would just be too much. And with finding another place. I mean, eventually I'll probably get some of it done, but
really good video editing demands a lot of space, 2 screens, all kinds of shit.
And
speakers, headphones,
like all that shit. Like I need a better background. It's like Adam's been telling me that it's like it looks like I'm down the depths of hell or something like that. So
yeah, man, I just kind of got lucky with my setup. I was just like, I had to put like a little music studio together just so I could play some tunes or whatever. And
right.
I'm like, yeah, I'll just use that as my backdrop.
Perfect. So
I can tell that my headphones are dying.
You can tell your headphones are what?
My headphones microphone is dying.
Oh, is it battery operated?
Yeah, it's wireless.
Oh, you got to charge it?
Yeah.
Fancy. Look at you. Oh.
Yeah, I'm about to lose you. Let me grab my headphones.
All right. I mean, so.
And always surrounded by goddamn cables around here.
Right?
There you are.
Yeah, I'm back. You can hear me again. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, like you were saying, hopefully we can start getting, we want to hear from the people who are just listeners only. Give us a shout out. I believe on the podcast, there's a way you can communicate with us, I believe. So
tell us about your first concert experience and what that was like. That'd be awesome.
Exactly. Yeah. We want to hear about that. So, because we don't hear enough from the people, we hear plenty from the people who are on the YouTube side of things or the Facebook side of things. Actually,
if you get a really good concert story and you want to be on the podcast, you can come on the podcast and tell your rock and roll story.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
First concert, rock and roll story, meeting a celebrity. Come on and tell the story.
Any stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Just hit us up over at the Facebook group. Facebook group is where everything happens. That's basically where we're building all of our contacts from and whatnot. And that's where we'll be handling all the submissions and all the interviews and whatnot. So come on the Facebook group, chit chat around, get to know some people and whatnot. You're more than welcome to come. It's called Tuesday Rehearsals Podcast Pre-Pro. And it's over on Facebook. Just come join. Give us a like and a follow.
I know you guys get concert stories.
Yeah.
Any of you guys.
Oh, hell yeah. So, yeah, you know what the funny...
Rob, Steve, Mike, Jay, Dave, Joe, Larry, Curly.
Ace.
Ace.
Yeah.
Ace, come tell us a fucking story, man.
Ace is... I got to do a one-on-one with Ace, and I got to reach out to him because the one-on-one, it got lost. It got lost in the move, basically.
Shoot.
And we're gonna have to go again at some point. But he's got some great stories, man.
Come on, tell us a cool story, man.
We chatted for about 45 minutes or so, and he's just he started off as a musical theater guy, really into Kiss, loves Kiss. That's the thing. Like he's crazy about Kiss. He does the whole theatrical thing.
I'll allow it. You know what, man? I was into Kiss for a little while.
Fuck yeah.
They had some fucking rock and roll tunes, man.
If you remember, I wanted to do that whole thing with I wanted to do the theatrics back with Knucklebag. I was like, we got to do some sort of theatrical thing. Like I want to create a play. Let's write a play. Let's do a rock opera.
Oh yeah, rock opera concept album, man.
Yeah.
Like all about, I don't know, cantaloupes.
I really like cantaloupes, dude. It's like they're like probably my favorite melon, man. You know.
But how do you write 10 songs about a melon?
You gotta have the right mindset to do that, bro. That's the thing. You gotta have the mindset to write 10 songs about melons before you write 10 songs about melons, dude. You're in the wrong headspace. With that attitude, we're never gonna get these 10 songs about melons written, bro.
And then our drummer would be like, yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? No idea. I had no idea what was going on. Absolutely zero. I couldn't hear a damn thing we were saying, or just wasn't really listening. So.
Oh, the drummer picks up a guitar and plays that all night.
Oh my God, yeah, that kid. That kid.
Rest in peace, though.
I know. God bless you, Dan. So, you know what the funny thing is? Like when I heard he had passed away, and you know, like I said, God rest his soul, good kid and everything, like, but just could not handle his substances at all, just really over the top. And pharmaceuticals, really, he was probably one of the first ones to really go hard on pharmaceuticals in my life that I remember. And when I heard he died, I mean, I was upset, but I remember just telling everybody, and everyone was like, yeah, I'm not surprised. You know, yeah, I'm not surprised. It's like everybody saw it coming, and it's just like.
Well, you know, that's another thing about the rock and roll lifestyle is that we all tend to lose some people early on.
Mm. Yeah.
And some of them are very, very, very talented people, and
Right.
some of them are just the, you know, the gunslingers, you know, the guys with the, you know, the chords or whatever.
Right.
But you know, you can see them on this cliff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't know whether they can fly or not.
Right.
9 times out of 10, man, they can't fly.
Yeah. True. So, like, I thought. I mean, I remember talking to him. I was like, dude, like he had some talent. He had some good ideas and whatnot.
I know. Yeah.
And
energy. He had energy, although that could have been a pharmaceutical.
Yeah, it probably was. But like I remember when I told him when I kicked him out of the band, I was like, dude, I said, you know, this is kind of me and Tony's thing. We need you to be a drummer. Like, you know, it's really hard for us to practice with you, you know, coming out from behind the kit all the time, you know?
Yeah.
And so, but, you know, I mean, I felt bad. I thought.
Nobody ever accused me of getting behind a kid.
No.
I don't know what the fuck to do back there. I could not play drums to save my life.
I certainly wouldn't do that. You know, I certainly wouldn't do that to somebody. And
no, but you actually, if you could probably just join a band and be a drummer.
Oh yeah, no, I and I've done that. Yeah, so I've sat in a lot. But the part of the problem is the bands want me to continue to be their drummer. That's I got too much ego to be a drummer, you know. So.
Well, you could get your ego out on the podcast and then go play drums.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it doesn't really work that way. It's like, you know.
I know it doesn't. I know.
It's so funny because, like,
I know everybody thinks of me as this Buddha figure, the all-powerful wisdom guy.
Right.
But turns out I have an actually pretty big ego. I know, it's surprising. I know you're all very shocked.
But no, there was a time a while back where I was like, all right, I was going to be just a straight front man. I was like, I'm gonna hire.
You had it in you too, dude. You really did have it in you. You could be a cocky son of a bitch.
Oh fuck yeah, yeah. So I'm
surprised
I didn't get my head kicked in more often. You know what I mean?
Which is cool because I only like stepping up to the front once in a while.
Right.
You know. I'm more like the court jester.
A little bit. You don't give yourself enough credit, you know. Certainly, it's like we all brought something to the table. You know, there was elements of everything there and whatnot. And
I'm kind of missing Dave over here, though.
I know, yeah. So, well, Dave would have had us wrap. Dave would have wrapped us up about 15, 20 minutes ago, probably.
Oh yeah, he said, "Okay, guys,
let's go. Gotta go." Yeah, I'm missing Dave too. I hope that I hope everything's okay. I mean,
he probably just had to work, honestly, or he took another day off, and he said, "Oh shit, I should have told him to call Scott."
Yeah. I mean, no biggie.
He warned us there might be 2 weeks he was away.
Oh yeah. No, that's. I mean.
But we need our research guy back.
I know. Yeah, he's there wiki and everything, and it's like, I mean, he would have had details about, like, well, you know, I checked into that concert you were at, John, and turns out that it was like that was that was one of the most successful nights.
I was waiting for him to tell me how many people had died at the concert.
How many people had died at what?
At the concert that I went to.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I don't think anybody did, but there were a few ambulances.
That was another thing you don't see too much of these days. It's like people would die at concert. Like, remember when it would be general admission?
Yeah, like that's what this was. This was a general admission show, man. Wow. I had stadium seats. But the people down near the stage, man, they were dragging them out of there, and they had to hose them down.
Jesus, man.
But there were also girls on guys' shoulders bouncing around with their shirts off, so that was cool. You know? I didn't hate that at 15 years old.
No, oh hell no. Like I remember there was a Motley Crue video. I think it was Home Sweet Home, and it was like there was this one part where this girl and she's like this, and she has her hands up, and then you see the guy's hands come up, and he like lifts up her shirt. It was like I'd watch the entire video just for that one scene. It was great, and it didn't even show any boobs. It was just like you would just get. It was like, oh, this poor girl's about to get exposed, you know.
Well, back then, underboob was the thing, you know. I talk a lot about side boob today, but underboob was the thing too.
Yeah.
And you know, those half shirts back then in the 80s, man.
Yes. Oh my God. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I remember those days. Those were the days, man. So big hair. All that stuff. It was absolutely ridiculous.
I love the big hair, man. I loved big hair. I had big hair.
I had big hair too. I had a mullet down to here.
Oh yeah, but before the mullet, I had a big bushy thing going on.
I had to do something because the sides of my head would get really, really. So I just let it all grow out in the back, and then up on top. So
I never should have cut that hair. Should have just gone bald with it.
Right.
And then one day just shave it all off.
Just do the Ben Franklin. You ever think of doing that?
Yeah, the Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah. Holy diver.
This is my hair.
It's the best, man. So, all right. Well, listen, I think we're going to wrap it up. I think we got a lot today. This is a long episode.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Well, because Dave wasn't here to make a stop.
Right. Yeah. So, well, we miss you, Dave. We love you. We can't wait to have you back.
Dave. Screw you, man. I love you, Dave.
We'll have you next week back on the podcast. And everybody, thank you for checking in with Tuesday Rehearsals. You can find us on Anchor. Just search Tuesday Rehearsals on Anchor, or you can download us on Spotify. But I've said some shitty stuff about Spotify, so probably not a good idea to go looking for me there. My beef with Spotify, of course, is the fact that they fuck over artists and things like that, and I'm here to stand up for artists. So find me on Anchor, or check us out on YouTube. And as always, may the sound check forever be in your favor.